Hello! Hi! I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late today. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by. If I sound tired, I'm tired. But I did promise a stream today, so we're gonna do our best to be as cheery as we can. It's no bad news or anything, I'm just tired. I think the past couple of weeks, I haven't really had like a day to really like a full day to have to myself for like the past 2 weeks. Cause I've just been so busy with a bunch of stuff, excuse me, that I think it finally caught up today. Cause I got so much sleep last night, and then your girl was so tired going into, like, when I got home, I've never been this tired before, I think. But we're gonna try and keep the spirits high. I don't know how long the stream is gonna go today, especially since I think this is like one of the first art streams where I genuinely don't know what we're really gonna do, or like what exactly I'm gonna draw per se, if that makes any sense. I know the title says one thing and we are gonna do that, but I don't know. I'm tired. So let's hope I can still be creative. But I hope that you all are doing well. I hope that your guys' week has been going well and that you guys have had the rest and relaxation. And also, Lappy, thank you so much for the resub, by the way, for 21 months. Jeez Louise. I'm a VIP. And I'm glad that you are, Lappy. Thank you so much for the support. And then I see, hi dude, hello. I see Tsunami. There's more Lappy. Hi Fern, hello. Yeah, I hope that you all are doing great. I'm just catching up with chat here. That's the fun of art. Draw whatever. Doodle streams are fun. I know. I think I'm gonna try and conquer my fear today and actually do genuine sketching today. Like, so you guys know how I, have, not a fear per se, but you guys know how I have that thing where I'm really not comfortable sketching on digital paper because I think I'm intimidated at how endless digital paper is, because it's like you can crop it to make it larger or smaller or any size that you'd want or need it to be and anything like that. And I really like the limitation that a regular piece of paper right in front of me has. So I've never been one to really sketch bases, I think, on stream. And so I think I'm gonna try and conquer my fear to do that today. Hey Brian, hello, how are you doing? So yeah, we're gonna try our best and see how that fucking goes. Pardon my casual language there. So I think today, a good start for that is maybe I'm gonna try and go the extreme cartoony route today, and then just kind of, I guess, sketch what's in my mind rent-free, because like I said, that's what the title says, so. That's what the title of the stream says. We're gonna sketch some of my OCs that have just been living in my head rent-free for a hot minute. So yeah, again, I'm sorry ahead of time if I sound tired. Like I said, I think the past 2 weeks finally caught up with me and I'm tired. So I might just try to go to bed a little early today. Also, I almost fell into a food coma right before stream started because I had a really big bowl of like, my mom, when she came up for this past weekend to celebrate my birthday, she got me like this big, thing of shish kebab stew that she always makes. So it's like, it's not skewered, but it has all the ingredients and stuff to make shish kebab stuff, but it's just not skewered. And it's like, my mom turns it into like this stew kind of thing, and let me tell you how hearty that is, and how delicious it is, and how I want to fall into a food coma every time I eat it, but I don't want to waste it, so I've been having it like for dinner every day this week. It's so good, but I swear it makes me fall asleep every time. So that's the plan, is I'm gonna try and stay awake, and yeah. And we're just gonna draw some OCs I'm getting some water here. We're gonna draw some OCs to try and keep myself from falling asleep too early. Oh my gosh, hello!
What conspiracies are we cooking on the menu today?
Is it Barinov? Is that how that's pronounced? Hello! Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I'm warning you right now, I'm tired. I have been so social for the past 2 weeks. I am, like, exhausted. I haven't had, like, a full day to myself in the past 2 weeks, which it's been fun, but I'm tired. But I appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to chat, feel free to lurk. I might give you guys more freedom to, like, tell me about your guys' stuff, I think, this go around. I know I kind of limit you a little bit when it comes to gaming streams, but I think this go around we will... maybe we can talk about your guys' OCs too. I think that'll be fun. So, but yeah, let me get the... Oh! This is the blank canvas. I'm terrified of sketching on digital paper, but we're gonna conquer my fears today. But I did want to show you the final product because I didn't realize that the file was gonna be so big in the Discord that it won't actually show the picture, and you had to download it. But what I posted in the Aleskart channel in the Discord was all of my little chibis. Oh my gosh. Just wanted to check you out because you popped in on my YouTube recommendations. Oh, yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I've been seeing that a little more lately is the YouTube traction. I'm kind of surprised by that, to be honest. I know the, I think it was Enna Dream Barbecue is starting to make a little bit of traction, but I realized a couple of my vids have started, like, getting past 100 views, and I know that's like really small compared to other VTubers and stuff because this is like an archive channel is what my YouTube is. That's still really cool that some of you guys are finding me through that. Let me read what dude said real quick and then I will scroll down. I'm almost done. My background's in perspectives course. Ooh, nice. Then I'm done. I can't read that, sorry. Then I'm done all my art courses stuff. And have all the theories learned and free to draw whatever you want. Bro, can't you draw whatever you want whenever? I know what you're trying to say, dude. I know what you're trying to say, but that's so cool. Congrats. We wish you luck in the rest of your classes and everything. So have fun. I can't wait to see what you draw in the future, for sure. That social battery needs a recharge. It really does, Midge. It really does. Also, hiya. I hope you're well. These are so cute. Thank you, Lappy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I made the file way too big. Also, you can just call me Bari. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too, Bari. I'll make sure to remember to call you that from here on out. I'm sorry I didn't ask beforehand. Normally, I try to ask how maybe people want their names shortened in chat so I can do my best to remember. And sometimes I may forget, I'll be honest, but I will do my best to remember. That's where I found you too. Yeah! YouTube algorithm gang. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I said, a lot of you guys have been finding me through YouTube lately, and that's kind of shocking. Maybe I need to invest in the YouTube a bit more. We'll see. But, yeah, no, I'm really happy with how the chibis turned out too. It's a big file though. It took so long to save, and I'm shocked that didn't trigger something in my head where it's like, I wonder if I should make the canvas size smaller or anything, and it didn't process, and that's why I haven't posted it on Twitter or Blue Sky or anything, because it exceeds the limit. It exceeds the size limit, so I have to try and size it down. Whoops. But, yeah, no, So, for those of you who don't know or who just followed pretty recently, all of these are like the various costume changes that I have gone through since my 1.0 model. So this one in the top left here is like the 1.0 original model. And all of these have been like the color requests so far that you guys have given me, along with a couple that I made for myself, like the wedding one, the Valentine's Day one, and the Halloween one. I made those, but a couple of you guys had made some others. And then you guys were going super crazy with the 2.0 ones. So I made those too. And I'm really happy with how they turned out with just cute, fun little chibis. Like Barry. Okay, my bad. Sorry, Barry. I'll remember that from now on, too. No worries, it's funny hearing how people read my name. Okay, you gotta tell me if, like, someone, like, the most unique pronunciation someone gave you then. 2.0 ones are my favorite. Yeah, I know! Some of you guys have gotten so creative with some of the color combinations, and we just tried our best. Also, hello, Sealy Dan. But no, I think, okay, so I think out of the 1.0 models, I think my favorite one so far, which one is it? I think it has to be the orange and the dark teal one. I don't know why. It's just something about it just hits different, and I love it so much. And out of the 2.0 ones, I think my favorite has to actually be the yellow, pink, and navy one. Oh, whoops, my bad. Hold on, sorry. Let me scroll down. I'm scrolling up somehow. I don't know why. Something about this one just makes me so happy, but also because the fact that with the mint chocolate chip one, that has to be like a really, really close second, is because of the freckles, to try and match the, like the chocolate chips in mint chocolate chip, like mint chocolate ice cream or something like that. But yeah, some of you guys have come up with really fun combinations, and it was fun experimenting on my model. I'd imagine the Chibis were the same version of the Twisted Wonderland hats. They do! I just haven't had the time to actually draw those yet. The contrast of the orange and teal is very nice. Thank you! I know! That's just one of my favorites. I love it. But also, I think the purple one has to come into a very close second with the 1.0 models because I like purple. And I was... Oh my god. Yeah, exactly! Actually, I know I need to get the pen up and everything, but I actually went so far as to give, like, the makeup and everything. So, like, I gave myself different eyeshadow and lipstick for almost every single one, and I added those in there too. I even added them in because I don't really have makeup per se in the original designs, but I still added a little bit of something, so you guys can kind of see it too. So I love it. Let me get the pen back up real quick. But yeah, if you guys wanted to see, I have all of these references on my Discord as well. But this could technically be an official reference sheet when it comes to like color picking. I think it'd be perfect. So yeah, okay, so more context. My birthday, for those of you who followed recently, my birthday was on the 9th, and I did try to do an art stream on the 9th that involved me actually doing the line art for these, but the problem was that my router and my modem just went kaput at the same time, and so my stream like got broken into 3 pieces until I just had to give up. And so I did these on my free time, the remaining free time that I had. So we didn't have D&D on Sunday, as it turns out. So while they were doing a one-off, where it's kind of like, we have this one-off campaign going on right now, where if we can't do the actual campaign, we have this Monster Hunter, Monster of the Week kind of thing to have prepped ahead of time, so in case not everyone can make it, but they still want the D&D fix, we do that. So I listened in on that while doing all the coloring for these, and all like the highlights and the shading and the coloring and then the softening the line art, which I almost did something super stupid, and I actually almost softened all the line art so normally, like, when it comes to this kind of thing, do you see how some of the details here, especially like on the ear, I'll sometimes soften the line art, like on the nose or the chin, any details within the skin or even on the clothes and stuff like that. I almost started it. I literally had finished like a little bit of the 1.0, and then I looked at it and I'm like, this is gonna kill me. Legit. And so I scrapped it and just softened the line art for the eyes. So yeah, so there was no black in the eyes per se, but that was it. I was like, I'm not gonna torture myself by doing it for all 20. And that was like the best decision, because I don't do that often, but I like how it looks. Break my stream into pieces. I love it. Let me actually read chat because I go off on some tangents here and there. Baron was the most was the most interesting so far. Actually, all three have good contrast combos and fit the retro aesthetics, right? I know. I think I took inspiration from like, okay, so for this color, I'm gonna start sketching. First and foremost, I'm gonna start sketching. But I think, for this color combination, there is nearby, it's like 10, 15 minutes away from me, there is a bar, a 70s themed bar, and I think I got inspiration from that, so... Whoops. So I think I got inspiration around the time when I made this color palette, was at that 70s themed bar, and you know what? I think it looks great. And of course the Twisted Wonderland hat on top of it. This is Rook Hunt's hat. So, what we're gonna do today, after I started yapping a little bit, I think the plan, I'm just gonna sketch out some fun, just some OCs that I think have been living in my head rent-free for like the past month or so. Because I've been coming up with like a lot of different ideas and stuff. And then I got back into my Vampire the Masquerade thing where I've been really trying to remember how the rules work and everything. Because I really want to do a campaign. I would love to do a Vampire the Masquerade campaign so bad. And I've been coming up with some characters for it. And some that have stuck with me since I was originally thinking about this, which was like back in 2021, I want to say. So I have a couple. And so maybe, and I'm gonna try and go extra cartoony with these. So we'll see what happens because I'm still terrified of sketching on digital paper. Like it's an actual genuine fear response for me because I'm like, oh shit, my sketches aren't gonna look good because I could literally just crop the paper in any way I see fit. And I hate it. I don't know why. Leska going off on tangents? Psh, nah. The thinking cap, exactly. A little ways outside my town, there's an old school, like, 60s milkshake diner. Ooh, I haven't been to a diner in a hot minute, but there is a diner, I think, close by. I know I have a friend visiting from out of state, and she's gonna be visiting in for, like, a week. And I totally forgot that she also really wanted to go and see a diner, so I had to do some hunting around for a diner, and there's actually one not that far from me. So, we're gonna try. So, now I want a milkshake? Me too! You guys have a favorite flavor of milkshake? Steak and Shake was always, like, one of my favorite places to get milkshakes. They always had, like, the best things. But I think there's nothing... Cookies and cream is always one of my go-tos, I have to say. Vanilla with a little bit of a chocolate crunch in it is just cookies and cream milkshakes are just, I think, my always go-to. You got this, we believe. Thank you, Midge. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna regret saying it, but there's no judgment here depending on your favorite flavors. I have no food allergies, so whatever you have, maybe I might try it in the future. We'll see. Actually, there's a place near me, as I'm getting ready to sketch here. There's a place near me that, has it's a restaurant, but it has a big milkshake selection, and they use a lot of different dairy alternatives. So if you were lactose intolerant or allergic to dairy items for whatever reason, then you could most definitely just, I don't know, you could just try a different alternative. I think one was like maybe almond milk. There was like something else, and I forget what it was, but I mean, I'm not lactose intolerant, so I just go for the regular dairy and stuff, but I'm trying to remember who I want to draw first. Actually, I was thinking of doing like a close-up portrait and then a full body, but I think I'm just gonna draw the full body because I don't think you're ready for this first character that I'm thinking of, this first OC that I have. So you guys know Vampire the Masquerade, right? So Vampire the Masquerade has a lot of different vampire clans, and one of them are called, I can't remember if it's pronounced Sumitsi or Sumitshi, I can't remember, but they are known as the quote-unquote flesh crafters of the vampire world. And there is a Sumitchi that I have come up with that has been in my mind since 2021, and her name is Ingrid. Cookies and cream, chocolate and strawberry, ooh, are usually my go-to flavors. Lactose intolerance shall never stop me from a good milkshake. That seems like everyone. That seems like everyone. Okay, so bear with me on this one. This is gonna be an interesting character. I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up. So, Ingrid is a Samichi, I can't remember how it's actually pronounced, but being a flesh crafter, so Samichi, is it Shamitsi? It might actually be Shamitsi, not Samitsi. I think it might actually be Shamitsi. Anyways, so Shamitsis are these type of flesh crafters where they can bend and mold the flesh of not only themselves, but other people. And so, a running gag, for example, in the Vampire the Masquerade community is, like, Shamitsis have, like, human chairs. Like, human skin chairs, right? And the support is made from the bones of said persons, you know, stuff like that. So, very gory, very fun. But, so my Vampire the Masquerade campaign takes place in, like, Las Vegas, and I remember trying to get some research into it, and so there's a park nearby that actually has some trees, so she resides in the park, and she like camouflages herself with the trees by being really tall and lanky. Someone mentioned, if you guys remember my Spirit Hunter Deathmark campaign, my Spirit Hunter Deathmark playthrough, if you guys remember Hanayome, the bride ghost, someone commented that she kind of seemed like a praying mantis mixed with Hanayome, and I was like, that is like the best interpretation. So I'm gonna do a really rough sketch of Ingrid here. It's not her real name, but she just really adored the name Ingrid. But she's like like over 7, potentially 8 feet tall. It just depends on the day. And she always wears this long, giant robe. She's part of the Sabbat, but while she is officially a part of the Sabbat, she is kind of someone who just does her own thing, if anything, for the most part, and everyone else just kind of leaves her alone. But, she gave herself, like, these giant bug eyes, in a way. Like, these giant eyes. She's super tall, super lanky. You never really know what's exactly hidden under the robe, like, how she's experimented on herself and stuff like that. So that's the idea for Ingrid, a little bit. And she's got, like, giant fucking hands, too. So that's my Shamitsi idea. She would have been, like, an NPC. I'm not entirely sure why the characters would like meet her yet. I'm still trying to come up with ideas on like why the players would meet up with these characters and stuff like that. I'm still coming up with those ideas, but I feel like she'd be the most fun, I think, that they would have in terms of characters. So I'm trying to see, so like I said, she's got really big hands, and so I'm trying to emphasize that, like, almost pointy, spear-like witchy hands, in a way, like Halloween witchy hands. And how old is she? Like, how long has she been a vampire? You don't need to know that. You just need to know that she has, like, an army of fleshy monsters, and she is ready to sick them on you if you make fun of them, basically. So, I feel like I have like a Ventrue character that I would most definitely love to try out in a campaign. But if I had to choose, if I was like doing a pure Sabat. Oh, hi Friskies! How are you doing? You're a VIP!
That stand for very inebriated pianist.
Thank you so much for the resub for 6 months. I really appreciate it. I hope we're doing well. I'm tired, and so I figured today would be the best day to try and sketch some OC stuff. So, just because I'm tired as hell. So, it's gonna be a sketchy day, and I hate the unlimited potential of endless paper, so I'm trying to also get over my fear of sketching live. But, yeah, we're drawing a Shimizu character that I made for a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. She'd be an NPC in my campaign, but she'd probably be like the second character I would choose if I were in a Vampire the Masquerade campaign, basically. And she's a mess. Her name is Ingrid, and I love her so flippin' much. But she's just very long, very lanky, easily like over 7, almost 8 feet tall. Very bug eyes. She's doing her best. She loves it out in the woods. she disguises herself by hiding amongst the trees. But actually, a Ventrue character that I actually came up with. So Ventrues are the type of characters that are like the rulers. They're most commonly the rulers of the Camarilla and stuff like that. They have just a need to rule, basically. And they have a presence in their disciplines, and so basically that means they can they show a lot of great leadership, I guess, in a way. But I have a Ventrue where she's got some physical limitations, and so she's like half Frankenstein, where she got turned into a vampire in the 30s because she was a journalist. She had like a pen name, so she remained anonymous, but she went to go uncover something regarding murders in a middle of nowhere town, and it turned out that the murderer was still hiding out there, trying not to let their secret get out. And so he basically, like, with an axe, chopped off one of her arms and her leg. Like, one of her arms and one of her legs. And so then the sire came, helped her out, because he was planning to sire her anyway. So this was, like, the perfect opportunity. And then, actually, he made a deal with the Sabat Samitsi, to help her get, like, some limbs back. And so basically this is not the Samitsi that did this, by the way. This is a different Samitsi entirely. And, so then this Ventrue character has, like, some limitations and stuff when it comes to mobility and movement, and would not do well in strength checks, so she tries to up her ante when it comes to all the mental and social aspects of being a vampire, basically, because she knows that if she gets on someone's bad side, they can easily outrank her in a fight, and she does not want to fight because she's basically got a Franken arm and leg, and so she walks with a limp and such. And so I have an idea of where to place her in the campaign too, but it's a lot of fun. What is it? You're one of the 3 people in the world that would appreciate the fact I randomly started singing the song from Curse of Blackmore Manor about Bridget the other night. Hold on, Friskies. Hold the phone. You're talking about, like, the Bridget with her eyes so bright looks toward heaven at midnight. I love that song. It's so fun.
Hey, bitch!
Hey, Advantage, hello! How are you doing? Anonymous writer. Could her nom de plume be something like Annie Moss? I don't know. I know the inspiration about, like, where she ended up meeting her demise actually takes inspiration from a game that I played recently. Not recently, but a game that I played back when I was in college. I don't want to say the game, because I feel like I might have accidentally spoiled it or anything. So I don't want to say the game. But I just remember it being, like, a ton of fun because it was like one of those mystery kind of games, and maybe I might have plans to play it in the future, but it was a really fun game from what I saw, and then the mystery was something else, man. I loved it. So... Her demise was definitely due to Moida. Moida, exactly. So, and now for the fun part is her face. So I purposely gave her, she's got a more, I guess, more of an oval-ish face. And she does have ears. Like, her face is relatively normal-ish, but do you guys know the uncanny valley trend that was going around on TikTok for a little bit, where it's like people do their makeup ever so slightly exaggerated, and then like they throw themselves in a dark room, and then their eyes just look a little more wider than they should be, and their smile looks a little bit longer than it should be, you know what I mean? She's got that, but it's really, really freaking obvious. But it's still also uncanny valley, if that makes sense. So I remember giving her, like, giant bug eyes. Remember, she's a Samitsi. I can go ham with the design a little bit. So like, she purposely has really, really big bug eyes. And like I said, someone, interpreted it as, like, a praying mantis in a way. And so she's got like a really, really small nose, or long nose, not necessarily a small nose, but like long and small so it can fit her uncanny valley smile, which literally goes all the way around her mouth. And I'm telling you, she was one of my favorite characters to make. I loved her so much. So I really want to use her in a campaign because I feel like a lot of people would really like her design. I want to see if maybe I can try and make her as human as possible, but she's still a mess. Oh no, I haven't, but I don't like Uncanny Valley. That's fair. That's fair. So, I remember there was this one Uncanny Valley one that I saw. I can't remember who the channel actually was, but it was so weird. It was the most unnerving one that I've seen thus far, because the person who was modeling it and everything...
Hey, bitch!
Hey, Sona, give me a second and I'll, like, give you a proper hello. But she was able to, like, stay perfectly still, that she looked like a living mannequin. And when she looked off in the distance, she was at, like, a Dutch angle compared to the rest of the place. And then, still completely still, just started slowly, like, backing away from the wall. And I was like, holy shit! That was the best one. So it was a lot of fun to see the Uncanny Valley stuff. I love that kind of stuff. Analog horror, Uncanny Valley, stuff like that. It's silly, but I low-key like it a little bit, so. And so Ingrid definitely falls into that category. So, how did I do her hair? So she's got like a small circle, slightly ovalish shaped head. And her hair is like pulled back because she doesn't really have much of a forehead to speak of. Ingrid was a mess, man. I loved her. I really wish I could use her in a campaign. I hope one day players will be able to see her. So her hairline is like pretty far back because I still had to show the eyebrows in some way, shape, or form. And she had like a teeny bit of a heart shape in the hairline, just a little bit. That's gonna be hidden because she's got like these really messy buns, in a way. She's got like these messy twin buns. And very messy hair off to the side here. I know, I'm making Uncanny Valley stuff, but Ingrid was great. She's actually pretty tame and in terms of like Shimizu stuff. She just knows how to scare the shit out of people, I think. And knows how to hide among the trees. But yeah, she had these like these little messy buns. They're not little, but they're like these messy buns in some form of elegance. Like, she has a little bit of some form of elegance in a way. And I remember her eyes being, like, insanely big, too. So, like, big eyes. Like, could you just imagine her, like, peeking out from the trees or something? Like, in the only forest or only park that Las Vegas has or is nearby. They breathed a little longer than they should have. I know what you mean. Also, hello again, Sona. I hope you're doing well. Though that has more personality. Someone you hear creepypasta about? That's the vibe. Gotcha. Okay, I can understand where you're getting the creepypasta vibe. I can understand that. And I remember her having, like, pretty small eyebrows. Pretty small eyebrows, pretty well hidden. And then, so, very kind of messy-ish hair. But still a slight form of elegance, if that makes sense. It's kind of like my little buns in my 2.0 model. Just up a little bit. Almost like Princess Leia-ish in a way. And then it's just hair's like fallen out a little bit from the bun itself in a way. So it's like, it's still unkempt because it's like, she's a Shimizu. She's got like other things to worry about, like turning humans into chairs. So she doesn't really care all that much about her appearance, but tries to show her best, especially with like other Sabat members who do present themselves a little better than what she does. But ever since I kind of had that resurgence of wanting to do a Vampire the Masquerade campaign, Ingrid has been in my mind just creeping along, just being like, hello! I'm here still, and I'm just like, hi, Ingrid. She's like my sleep paralysis demon a little bit. And of course, just a little bit of teeny tiny bit of makeup. She doesn't need a lot of it, just a teeny tiny bit of makeup to be like, yeah, I'm still looking after myself in a way. And like giant pupils, per se. She's a mess, and I love her so much. But I feel like out of like all my Vampire the Masquerade OCs, I feel like Ingrid would probably be the second one that I do, because I fleshed out my Ventru a little more. And I feel like a lot of people do more Camarilla campaigns than Sabat campaigns. So unfortunately, I wouldn't really be able to use Ingrid all that much. I need to make the robe just a teeny bit. I need to show just how lanky she really is. So like, it's gonna go past the page, I think, a little bit. But yeah, what's she hiding under the robe? I don't know. There could be like 50 arms under there. I don't know. She's a mess. So yeah, and her arms would be this long, I think. The face you make when your favorite fandom is mentioned. Like the one talk of Shalakta, and she's just like, yes, yes, let me make minions out of flesh. Yeah, and she's got super big hands, super lanky fingers and stuff. So I feel like she'd be hiding out in this abandoned area near the park. But she stalks around the park, and then basically, like, could you imagine, like, I can't draw scenery, so this is my lame attempt at a tree. So, like, if you look at a tree, and then, could you just imagine, tree, bush, blah, 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 and then just out of the corner of your eye, you just kind of see something in the shadows. Like, just something a little funky. And you're like, what the fuck is that? It's Ingrid. Almost looks like a giant tall bear in a way. But yeah, this is basically Ingrid right over here. She's just kind of watching in a way. Hold on. This is gonna be like the roughest of doodles of her. Help indeed! Abby's friends don't really watch my streams much anymore because I'm technically spoiling a whole ass character that I could use in the campaign right now. We might do a Vampire the Masquerade campaign in the future because we're almost done with one of our D&D campaigns. So it's only a matter of time before they're subjected to my storytelling for the first time. And then could you just imagine seeing something like this, man? It'd be fucking creepy! Like, look at that! That's what you would be seeing out of the corner of your eye! Ingrid needs a scythe? Oh my god. I don't know if she'd need a scythe, man. So yeah, that's Ingrid. She's a mess. I'm trying to think of like other like scenarios to put her in, maybe. But like I said, she's like 8-ish, 7, definitely over 7. I think I made her like 7'7", I want to say. I think I made her 7'7". But like the average person would maybe be like here or something, I'd say. Like, maybe, like, the average person's, like, what? Say this is, like, 5'9", and then Ingrid's over here, like, hello, I'm here. She's tall. We love her. Yeah, and her neck is supposed to be a little unusual. A little bit. So I feel like she'd be the type of character that would also unnerve ever so slightly some of the Sabbat members too, I think. Oh, there goes my music. Hold on, give me a second. Anyways, Ingrid, my Shimizu character, she's a hot mess. Love her with all my being. And she took away my music. Hold on. Sorry about that. It could be the scythe of redundancies. Hey! Yeah, something like that. I love the little stick figure I made here. Just looks so unintentionally intimidated. You know what? You know what this particular pose reminds me of is like the Crooked Man. That RPG horror, the Crooked Man. Oh my god. It low-key reminds me of the Crooked Man. Another inspiration I unintentionally got. Hanayome, the Crooked Man, and a Praying Mantis is all the ingredients chosen to make Ingrid. Oh my god. Anyways, so I'm purposely making her, she doesn't look right no matter what angle you put her in. She looks like a hot mess. I love her. She's great. Look at this. Look at this beauty. We love her. What a mess. Let me erase a little bit of that. Hold on. I love her. It's kind of fun, like, drawing. Like, I might do an official drawing of Ingrid, but these are just, like, stupid little sketches, per se. She doesn't even care if hair gets in her face. She's just like, whatever, whatevs. I'm here for your flesh, man. That's Ingrid. She looks like a demented Powerpuff Girl! Ah! I forgot that game existed. Praying Monks. She looks like she has the same height as Slender Man. Probably got the inspiration from that ever so slightly too, especially the fact that she like lives in the forest and stuff too. So yeah, that seems Ingrid-ish in a way. Anyways, I'm gonna erase that. It just erased the face in general. But yeah, this is like Ingrid in terms of like height comparison. So this is to be like what? 5'5" maybe? And then she'd be easily like 7'7". Something like that. Oh, I really want to use her in a campaign. Something awful. Anyways, that's one of my Vampire the Masquerade OCs. I would love to use her in a campaign at one point or another. Imagine her walleye. Imagine her wall-eyed? Gave me a big chuckle. Oh no. I wonder if I should start like actually doing like more. What else have I been thinking of lately? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I was coming up with another idea. So that's like Ingrid. I'm gonna write Ingrid real quick. On my notes. I might take like the actual official ones and then like put those all in one thing. I'm not gonna do the line art or anything. I think today's just really sketchy so I can get like my ideas on paper and stuff. But I think another one that I had, I think is a little more, not a little more, is definitely more human. So I've been coming up with like a potential idea. So you guys know those like coming of age visual novels that may or may not have a murder detective theme for it, and like most of the time God, that music's loud. I'm gonna change the music real quick. Most of the time the main characters are like college age or something like that. Like for example, the plot takes place at a school, at a college, not a school, but at a college, and the focus is always on like the college students. The students themselves are the main characters for it, trying to solve the murder. What if we did it from like the professors' perspectives? Like, I feel like that'd be more realistic, and also you could have a wide range of characters that way too. So I've been coming up with like some ideas for professors and characters and stuff. So I've come up with like someone who's like brand new to the faculty, as like a psychology professor, and then I have a, oh God, what was this? What did I make him? I made like an older individual who was, was he business? I think I made him business, and then stuff like that. But I feel like you could just have a lot more fun with the different age ranges of characters and stuff. So maybe I could do a line art, like a line up, I should say, of those, and make it as fun and cartoony as possible, because that's all I can really draw. So let me get the head shapes out of the way. So like the new teacher is like brand spanking new. She'd probably be in like her 30s, I'd want to say. But fun little quirks would be like her wearing her father's old bomber jacket and stuff like that. And then I have like a guidance counselor as a character as well, who's a bit of a menace. I'm not gonna lie. I took inspiration from Dr. Irabu from Cucho Branco a little bit for that one, but we'll get there when we get there. Did I miss anything? You're fine, Sona. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are well.
You what?
Hi, Folia. Hello. How are things? I hope things are well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm tired as hell, so I'm just trying to get like some OC ideas on paper. Help indeed. Help indeed. I'm too tired for this. Yeah, we made Ingrid. Oh yeah, Sona. I made Ingrid, who was like one of my first Shimizi kind of characters for Vampire the Masquerade. The Shimizi are like, is it Shimizi or Shimizi? I can't remember the pronunciation. Anyways, she's like a Shimizi character, a flesh crafter character who is a hot mess, and we love her. She's just here to cause fun problems. She is the Sabat, but in a very tame way. It's like she'd let people get away with stuff, even if the Sabat didn't necessarily agree, because she's like, whatever. I just want to make art. Lonely? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Folia. Well, feel free to just stick around. Feel free to lurk or chit-chat or anything. Like I said, we're talking OCs a little bit here. And so I was coming up with, like, some ideas for characters, who, like, professors, because I was thinking of, like, those visual novels, like those murder mystery visual novels, but that take place at a college or a university, but the protagonists are always the students. So I was like, but what if we made them the professors? Like, the adults who have been there for years, and you could have, like, a wide range of characters for that, you know what I mean? So I was thinking of, like, an older business professor, and then a brand spanking new, that head is way too small, or way too big. Stuff like that. I've been thinking about that. That's not what I wanted. Well, that can help me rotate it, but can I shrink it? That's not what I wanted either. I know I can... Okay, whatever. They're sketches. What am I trying to do here? I guess I could have just copied and pasted all the circles, because I'm just trying to get the heights at this point. So, like, the highest... I'm feeling the circle I'm drawing right now, the character's probably about, like, 5'10"-ish, so this character's over 6 foot, maybe about 6 foot, maybe a little over, and then this one's smaller, like, maybe, what is that, 5'6", or something like that. That's, like, our main protagonist right there. She's also a forward for the LA Lakers if she's 7'7". Oh, hell yeah. She's not stationed in LA, she's stationed in Las Vegas. So, do with that what you will. Oops. But that's kind of like the theme that I was coming with some of these characters a little bit. So the first one I was thinking of... How do I want to go about this? The WNBA has a team. They're called the Las Vegas Aces. Whatever. She just wants to do her own thing in the forest. So, no big deal. No loss on her end, I think. I wonder, instead of actually, you know what? I know I'm giving them height charts and everything, but I think I'm actually going to, instead of like a full body, I think I'm just gonna do like random headshots, I think. I'm so indecisive when it comes to sketching. This is why I like never sketch live. Because I'm always trying to come up with like ideas. Too many at once. So I will say, so the little protagonist that I'm making here, she'd be like the new professor stationed at this university. I feel like she'd be that type of professor that got lost on the first day on the campus. It's like not her alma mater or anything, but she did get the job to work as a professor there for psychology, and she would ask for help, and I'm picturing like this old janitor type character who tried to give her directions, but is an older man, and so that he gave her wrong directions. And so the first encounter would be probably with the school one of the guidance counselors, and he's probably like, "You do realize that the building you need to be in is like on the other side of campus, right?" And she's just like, "No!" So that's this character that I'm drawing right now. And she's got like this bomber jacket a little bit, because I mentioned before that she's got like, I need a good picture of a bomber jacket. Hold on. Because she got it from her dad, who passed away at this point. Let's see. Bomber jacket. Maybe I'm not thinking of a bomber jacket. Oh, no, I'm thinking of a bomber jacket. Hold on. But I'm thinking of it being like this, like, almost camouflage greenish color, if that makes sense. I'm not looking at chat for a hot minute, so bear with me if you guys are saying something and I'm not seeing it. So. I'm trying to remember, like, how... I'm trying to remember how I want to do this. God, I hate sketching live so much, because I always make so many mistakes. And I'm not really gonna focus on hands and stuff like that. It's gonna be very easy stuff. I feel like this character, I feel like I'm giving qualities of this character, I feel like I'm giving qualities that my, one of my D&D characters, Alva, has, where she's got, like, some bigger eyes, maybe, like, a resting bitch face by accident, an RBF, just a little bit by accident. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so you don't have to worry about your nightmare-inducing delusions. Exactly! That's the thing I should draw. That's the thing I should draw when I get good enough, actually. My first D&D character. Yeah! Heck yeah! This is making me want to draw again? Yeah! Go for it, guys. I don't care what you do. Feel free to just have me on in the background while we draw and stuff like that. Go for it. It's fine in my book. But I know, it's definitely like a trust the process for me, because I swear, I make some decisions where you're probably just like, Aleska, what are you trying to do here? And I'm just like, I don't know myself. But I'm thinking for her... Let's see. And let me get this bummer. Actually, while I'm doing this, since I'm drawing some OCs, do you guys have any OCs that you really like? That live in your head rent-free? I'll give you guys the platform. You guys can talk about some of your characters too if you want to. It can be D&D if you want it to be, but it also doesn't have to be. If you guys are coming up with a story, or if you guys have characters that you're not really 100% sure how you're going to implement them yet in anything, then yeah, feel free to talk about them. I love to see people get passionate about characters that they really, really like, whether they've made them or not. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' characters, and if you guys have any inspirations or what became of them, like how you came up with some of your characters, I'd love to hear that too. I'm giving you guys the platform. And I'm also looking off screen for a bomber jacket reference, so... Actually, no, she wouldn't really have much of a chest going on if she was like she's wearing a bomber jacket. And if it's an oversized one too. I'm thinking of it being like this off greenish color, but her palette is like this softer blue, is what I'm thinking. Like her eyes especially, I think, are like this softer blue color. Let's see. I think what I'm gonna do actually. It's like that funky leather, in a way. It's fun to get these out on paper. I haven't really talked to anyone about these character designs yet, to be honest. These characters, so it's really fun to think about this kind of stuff. I feel like she'd probably wear a turtleneck underneath it. Yeah, I feel like she'd have like a softer color palette.
What a
I wanna
lovely
say.
day.
Hi, Butter. Hello.
But alas, I am dehydrated.
How you doing?
So I must consume drink.
How are things? How are you doing? I'm tired, but I wanted to draw some OCs. We had a Shimizu as a warm-up, and now I'm actually drawing like characters for a story idea I'm thinking of. Which is basically like those murder mystery visual novels, but instead of like the college students being the protagonists or anything, it would actually be like the professors and stuff. I think I'm gonna go the cartoony route still. So I think I'm gonna give them like the big eyes. Or give her the big eyes, I wanna say. Yeah, she's like in her young 30s. Like, barely hit 30, I want to say, is that type of character. So she's still young, but like the school or not the school counselor, but the guidance counselor. Is it a guidance counselor? Some kind of counselor. I think I want to make him rounder. I say I have had these ideas stuck in my head, and yet I can't even draw them. Like, look at me go. Woo! You know what? I think I know what I'm doing. I think it's because I'm tilting the head maybe a bit too much. It's so weird sketching digitally. I'm not a fan. Maybe I need to get a setup where I have like the drop-down menu or like a drop-down camera or something, so I'm like sketching on paper and you guys will see it too. Maybe I need to invest in that. I mean, I don't really have attractive hands or anything. I got baby hands. I got baby hands. Let me see what you guys have come up with. Hold on. I want to see. Kinda. Also, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Becoming a drug lord. Enjoy the lurking. Have fun with Schedule 1. I wanted to improve my first drawing D&D character for a while, so I'm doing it now. Yeah, like I said, if you guys have any ideas for, like, characters or anything, if you guys have the floor, you guys are more than welcome to talk about, like, your OCs, D&D characters, all that kind of stuff. You guys are more than welcome to bring those up if you feel like it. Yeah, I feel like she's someone who would have, like, unintentional resting bitch face, I think. She wouldn't mean it, but she just has it. She can't help it. She's trying her best.
Alright, here we go. For real this time. We will make the clink sound with our mouths. Ready? Clink!
Unicorns, I love them. Unicorns.
Very good. I'm in the middle.
I don't know what kind of nose to give her. Definitely a smaller nose. I feel like her eyes would be pretty narrowed. I'm giving her like thicker eyebrows a little bit too. I've mentioned it before on art streams, but there was something I was severely lacking when I was in high school, when I was really definitely trying to take up drawing a little more. And it was the fact that I was really underestimating how fun eyebrows are, because they can come in like a wide range of things. Like, you could have thin eyebrows, thick eyebrows, big eyebrows, small eyebrows, no eyebrows? You can just, they sometimes make the character a little bit, I think. I think it's fun. I don't like how that's placed. I need to move it over just a little bit more. There we go. I like that a little better. And so I was thinking of her having like a slightly curly up ponytail, like a high ponytail. So like there's always like the low ponytails, but I'm thinking of like a higher ponytail for her. But I'm trying to remember how I wanted the bangs to look. I'm gonna be honest, she looks ever so slightly similar to my one Malkavian character that I made. I've mentioned her before, not by name. I finally gave her a name. But she was ever so... She was the Malkavian who was bitten when she was a school teacher, and so now she thinks like everyone that she talks to is a child, basically, and so she will, like a kindergarten age elementary schooler, and so she'll like stare down at people's knees thinking that she's talking to like a younger version of whoever she's talking to. And so, because I also gave her like no bangs, high ponytail kind of design now that I'm thinking about it. So that would be a fun character to play, I think. Malkavians can be so creative sometimes. I don't know if I like that. Let me see if I can add just a little more fluff to the bottom here. Maybe instead of like pulled back exactly, what if I did something, yeah, a little something like this. And then the hair gets pulled in the back. That could work. Bring it maybe just a little closer. I think what I'd do is I'd still give her some hairs off to the side here. But unlike Ingrid, they're a little more stylized. Definitely cuter. Oh my gosh, hello! I'm so sorry, I'm just now seeing this. How are you? Is it, Shamboy? Shamboy? Hello, I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I got in the zone a little bit there. How are you? How are things? Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me see what people are talking about their OCs here. I never really got into the whole OC thing. Well, I guess when I mean OC stands for like what? Original character and stuff like that. So if I'm coming up with a story, then I gotta come up with characters. And since they're original characters, they're my OCs, technically, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I mean when I'm saying OCs and stuff like that. She's got like a lot of hair. Like make it fluffier. I want it fluffier. Yes, I like that. Have it like curl at the end here. I need to come up with names though. I don't have names for any of these guys, any of these characters. Okay. And then I think I might color them in just for funsies. Why not? Hey, no worries. And just call me Shammy? Shammy, you got it. I like that. Shammy. Actually, funny enough, there was a game that we played not too long ago where the main character's name was Azami, and one of the characters decided to call her Zammy for short, so we have Shammy and Zammy. I haven't been drawing OCs in a while, just abstract digital painting. That's really cool though, Barry, that's really cool. Last time I did a character was playing around with poses in my PNG redesign. I feel that, I feel that. I'm drawing a knight with crystals on the armor. Ooh, that sounds really cool, Brian. I like that. Eyebrows also tend to be the most expressive part of the face. Minor changes as the brows can change the whole expression. Yeah, and I think when it comes to with more cartoony designs, you can actually do it with the whole eye shape as well. So it's like you can have like her squinting. Like for example, I could have it just like this with the eyebrows, but then also, if I can have the right setting here, you can also have it where she's like squinting a little bit. And then also you can have like her squinting here too and call it part of the eyelid instead. So stuff like that too. So I think that's what I really like about cartoony expressions, is that you can get really, really expressive with them if you felt like it. That's why I like my cartoons. I made my Twitch username like when I was 12. Hey, no worries. No judgments here when it comes to the names. Okay. So in terms of hair for this one, I'm on the eraser. I need my pen. I wanted it to be like more of a pale brownish. Like she has like almost, yeah, kind of something like that. Yeah, something like this a little bit. And I was thinking of giving her like some blue eyes too. Like she's definitely got a more pale color palette compared to like the next character that I'm gonna be drawing, where she's got like lighter hair, lighter eyes, more of a palish skin tone. Maybe not. Maybe I might give her like a different skin tone. Maybe something that's not terribly pale. I was like thinking winter for her, like winter vibes a little bit for her when it came to some of the color palette decisions. Or whenever I think about her in my head. I still need a name for her. I need a name for like a bunch of these characters. The only one that I want to do is, and it's the last name of the character, because I'm like paying homage to one of my favorite characters from a really fun author. So and her eyes, I wanted to be a little more towards like the bluish kind of color. I feel that. I've been dude since I was like 7 years old. Easier to just stick with it now. Yeah, I can't remember how I came up with, I remember how I came up with Alaska Bell. And the name I actually, the name Alaska I actually took from, a minor character. Like, she didn't have a whole lot of...
Come on!
Hey, Lizzie, hello!
Back in!
How you doing?
I'm a VIP!
You're a VIP.
Does that stand for very inebriated pianist?
Oh, that might be a bit too pale. Not pale, but almost sickly. Let's give her just a teeny bit of... Is that too... I can't tell. It's like yellow on my end, but I know that on your guys' end, it's a little more subdued. But Lizzie, thank you so much for the 2 months. I really appreciate it. 2 months in this economy? Worth. Well, I appreciate you thinking that I'm worth it. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. How are things? I might make it just a little more... Okay, that's a little better for skin tone. Okay. But I'm tired. Really tired. So I'm coming up with like OCs. I'm drawing up OCs for fun. Why does the skin tone look so off? It looks fine on my end, but I know it looks off for you guys. So I'm trying to like... I'm gonna see if I can fix that. But yeah, so basically the idea is like these characters like, would be if I were to make a visual novel that took place on, like, a murder mystery session in a college, but instead of students, these are, like, professors and stuff. I'm at work. What else is new? Drawing OCs is a talent I do not have, so I commission them. You know what? Fair. We love and appreciate those who take commissions. That is totally fine. I've commissioned work before. I love commission work. And so, to kind of contrast, I was gonna give her, like... I just realized that we might be replaying the music a little bit. And so, while she's got more of a blue color palette, it's going to be subtly, like... Not subtly, but it's gonna be, like, majorly subdued. Due to the bomber jacket that I want to give her. It has, like, the slightest bit of a green kind of color to it. So, because this used to be her father's old bomber from, like, bomber jacket from when he was still alive, and so she holds it close to him. So that's definitely one of her character arcs. Not arcs, but that's definitely, like, a part of her character is that she can't get rid of it. She always loves it. And she looks freaking tiny in it. she's one on the shorter end, so she's like 5'2", maybe 5'1". She teeny. You know, I have a skin tone chart somewhere. Because I don't know how I feel about the skin tone with the hair, is the thing. Like, I feel like the skin tone would look would look fine on a character with a different hair color. I wish I can draw. I mean, there's nothing stopping you, Folia. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just kind of sketching for funsies with this one. But, yeah. I'm just having fun drawing some OCs that have been living in my brain a little bit. So, oops. Whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. I accidentally put the color layer on top of the line art layer. The sketchy layer. So, I don't know names. I'll have to come up with names. As a 4'11" person, she's still taller. That's fair, but compared to some of the other characters in this, she tiny. I know, hold on. I know I have a reference sheet somewhere in my thing here. Because normally I color pick skin tones, and because I've just been using Alaska, obviously, for obvious reasons, the past couple of drawings, because I've been drawing redesigns for myself, or drawing myself. Sometimes I suck at coming up with, like, skin tones that actually look like skin tones. Where are my references? Oh my god. Aha! I found it! Oh man, I think the artist's name is on this. Hold on. Yeah, Nicorina art. Okay. So yeah, I know some skin tones can have like a warmer orangish tone to it. Some can have more of a cooler pinkish tone to it. So I was thinking of her. Do I want to go for the more neutral route, or do I want to go for the more Oh yeah, the music is definitely repeating. Hold on. Let me change this. Let me change the loop. Shuffle my ass. It barely shuffles anything. Hold on.
Nice weather.
Hey,
What conspiracies
Shammy!
are we cooking on the menu today?
Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you just sticking around. I hope you can stick around for other stuff too. Oops. Oh yeah! Mini-me's! This is exactly what I was talking about in terms of color picking the skin tone. Yeah. In terms of color picking skin tone, this is literally me And I refused to change the skin tone on mine because, I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So, yeah, these are all the color palette, these are all the channel point colors you guys can redeem, basically. I might make this the reference sheet, and then if I make any more, then I'll just add on to it. I think that'd be fun, wouldn't it? I like that idea. But yeah, these are all the different color palette options you can choose. Hell, I'm taking some online courses right now. Never too late to learn. Yeah, it's never too late to learn, for sure. Yeah. If you want to, I mean, I'm not the best when it comes to, like, giving tips and tricks, and especially for those who want to get into the industry. I am not your girly. Okay, that's definitely a better skin tone. This is definitely the one I was kind of looking for the most, like, more for this character, at least. I'm not the best when I'm not a teacher, and I don't do anything in regards to, like, doing anything for an agency, or I'm not really looking for work within the animation or art industry or anything like that. I just draw for fun. So, I mean, if you have any questions regarding that, or, like, maybe if you want to pick my brain a little bit to be like, how do you come up with, like, stuff like for this or something, I'm more than happy to answer what I can, if there's, like, any uncertainty anywhere, but mostly, I'm just a girl who likes to draw and come up with characters, because I like drawing, and I like seeing the creativity from other artists, too. So, yeah, I like that a lot better. That definitely fits what I'm looking for. Definitely more fairer skin. The one part of OCs I have a hard time with is coming up with names. I'll have an idea of appearance, personality, backstory, just can't figure out a good name. Barry, that is me! Like, this girl? She's nameless. I don't know who she is. We'll just put nameless 1. We'll come up with names later, for sure. Did I just hear Shelter playing? Yeah, you did! Yeah, I do have Shelter on this playlist. Shuffle what now? Oh, I'm shuffling my YouTube playlist that I usually have going on when I'm drawing. That's it. Okay, now another one. This character is more of like the guidance cat, like an advisor, like one of the college advisors, in terms of, like, you know, when you're in college and you go ask for an advisor for help when it comes to your path to graduation and stuff like that, especially if you're trying to figure out courses and stuff like that. Yeah, I had a school advisor when I was in college, so. You're gonna be my second monitor so I can study. Yeah, thank you for allowing me to just be on in the background for ya. For sure. Good luck studying, Shammy. We wish you luck. She could be like, Tamantha? Geology advisor? Tamantha? Tamantha. You know what? That just reminded me of something. My friend, one of my archery friends, oops, I'm on the wrong layer. One of my archery friends, she was mentioning that she was coming up with a character for a D&D campaign that, her friend group is starting here shortly. I just realized I'm, the wrong color going on here. And, she was telling me that her character's backstory was that she's a true horse girl, and that, I guess the horse and then the owner of said horse somehow fused together to make, like, a minotaur. Like a horse. I think it's a horse. Or is it a centaur? I think it might be a horse centaur or something. And she was like, we couldn't come up with a name. So, like, my block in archery, we're all trying to come up with a name for this character, and we settled on... she settled on Brittany. Brittany! Like, neigh of a horse. And we were laughing so hard, like, none of us could actually aim for a hot minute there because we were laughing so hard at the idea. Because she was mentioning, like, oh yeah, there's 2 robots, a celestial being, and then Brittany. Brittany the horse. god, so I'm still laughing about it. So we were like, girl, I think we found your name. Jeez, it was so funny. Oh my god. It was a hot mess. We love... I keep asking her, like, hey, when this campaign starts, you need to fill me in on the details of this campaign because I want to know the adventures of Brittany. No way. Yeah. I love it. We love and appreciate Brittany. My cheeks hurt. I'm laughing so much. I'm smiling so much at the idea. Alright, so in terms... Okay, so I mentioned before, our girl protagonist here with the brown hair, she's gonna be like the main protagonist. She's gonna be like a new professor starting at this college. She's like in her, just barely turned 30s, kind of deal and stuff like that. More on the younger side. Can you be a professor at that age? Yeah, I guess you could. Anyways, so yeah, but like maybe early 30s, like maybe 32 or something. And so she just landed a job here, and so, like, one of the first friends that she meets is one of the college advisors, for one of the schools here, and he is more of a wild card, and so, you know what? It could just be because of how much I love and appreciate, like, Rook Hunt, for example, or maybe, like, Haru, like, in terms of design, like Haru from Spirited Away, but I'm giving him, like, one of those bob cuts, like you see on male anime characters sometimes, like, Rook Hunt, or Haru from Spirited Away, or that one dude from Bleach, what's his name? Something like that. I'm thinking about that. I was thinking about something like that. And I like the idea. I like the idea of the bangs being ever so... You know the trend that I'm talking... Not the trend, but you know the idea where I'm talking about, where it's like the bangs are here, and then the eyes are partially covered by the bangs or something like that. I'm thinking of like that a little bit for the design. So, I wanted to try and incorporate this a little bit, but I'm paying homage to one of my favorite anime characters, Dr. Ichiro Irabu from Kuju Branco, or Trapeze, where the guy is a psychiatrist. He's a psychiatrist, and is just as unhinged. Like, I love Kuju Branco because of just how unhinged the main character is. Basically, Kuju Branco is made... It was originally written as a book, and then turned into an anime series in 2009. Like 11 episodes. And it's one of those stories where... how to describe it? It's one of those where it's like... The main character is in every episode, but they're not the main focus, if that makes sense. So, Dr. Irabu is always there, but he's never the main focus. The main focus is, like, with his clients, and while it looks like something you need to watch when you're high, like, it is nothing but colors, and some live action is in there. It's wonky, but it actually has a really good message regarding mental health, especially in Japan, where mental health is, like, not really looked into nearly as much compared to other countries and stuff like that. So to really have a positive outlook on mental health, I think that's why I like it so much, is while it is also, like, funny to boot, because some of the stuff that people come in for are pretty funny. Or they make it funny because it's just over the top. And so I'm kind of taking inspiration design-wise for this character. For Dr. Irabu, basically. Fun fact, so this character, while he is a guy, I want to give him, like, more effeminate features as well. Like, taller, lankier, almost like a swimmer's build, per se. About 5'10", 5'10", I want to say. And then design-wise, he's gonna be a little more over the top, loves stripes. And then fun fact, I think the sweater that I'm gonna be putting him in right now is gonna be one of mine, actually. Because I can just picture this guy wearing all my sweaters and looking better than me with them on. So it's like, great. I made my fictional OCs look better than me in stuff. I need to grab my sweater for inspo. Oh, my mouse died. Hold on, give it a second. But so yeah, some of the inspiration that I'm getting from this is like Dr. Irabu from Dr. Irabu from Cuchu Blanco, and then my own sweaters as inspiration for this character. So I'm thinking I got like a sweater that it just barely reaches to the neck. And I gave him like a bit of a lankier neck too. Or a longer neck, not lanky. Your OC should always be better, because OCs deserve the world. Hi Navi, hello, how are you doing? Yes, they do. OCs deserve everything in a bag of chips. They deserve like fluff, drama, all your trauma, and then the world and a bag of chips. All my sweaters, a new daytime drama. It's my God-given right as an OC parent to give my OC the world. Absolutely fucked up, horrid, tragic backstory. You get me, Navi! You get me! Hope everyone is well. We are! I'm tired, so I'm trying to face my fears and, like, sketch live, because I never do that. I always do all the sketching on paper beforehand, because I like sketching on paper better. And, I need to overcome that fear. So that's what we're doing. That's what we doing. But I hope your Wednesday's going well. I am tired as hell. I have been spreading myself maybe a bit too thin lately. And I don't think I'll be able to rest easy until like May. And even then, like the first week of May, I'm gonna have a friend stay for like a week. Which I'm super excited for, do not get me wrong. I'm kind of low-key very tired. Fear? I think I'm intimidated by how endless digital paper is. Because it's like, you can crop it however you want. Do you need a bigger size sheet of paper for what you want to draw? Here you go. Do you want something smaller? Here you go. And it's like, I can't find the right parameters of where to draw on the sheet of paper if I can just change it at will. You know what I mean? It's intimidating, and I don't like it. I like the limitations of a piece of paper. I know that sounds really strange, but that's me. That's me. So, I usually tend to sketch my stuff on paper first, and then when I go live and do art, I tend to just start immediately on the line art, or I get the bases and then do the sketching of the bases. So like for my model siblings drawings, yeah, that was nothing but bases. Like my sketchbook is filled with nothing but bases anymore because I do the sketching of the sketching of the actual outfits and stuff digitally. But actual bases, I can't do. I struggle quite a bit. No way. No way. Hi, welcome to my house. Make yourself at home now, please. Excuse me. Now I feel ya. Physical media feels so different. It does. It does. Besides, I do like the feeling of a pencil in my hand. There have been so many times where I've almost flipped my digital pen over to erase stuff because I forgot that it's literally just a press of a button and I can erase. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, so I'm actually gonna draw the hair on this one first, because I have a vision for his hairstyle. But I need the eyes to be partially covered with these, so... Anyways, your girl freaks out over nothing anymore. Oh, hello! Hi, Supa! How you doing? Super free! Still like that name. I'm good! How are you doing? I'm tired, as all get out, but I'm good. So, I'm facing my fear of sketching digitally, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm facing my fear. How do I want to draw the bob cut on this? Hold on. But other than that, we're doing good. So I'm drawing some OCs for a story that I've been like low-key thinking of. Let me get a bob cut idea. Hold on. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Give me a second. Trying to find the right hairstyle. You know what? We're gonna get. You know, I've been saying Haru. I meant to say Haku this entire time. I don't know why I was saying Haru. My bad. I'm not a true Studio Ghibli fan. Sketching digitally is the best. I like line art digitally more, I think, personally. When I first started producing my media, I was so scared to break it that I started losing muscle. So when I played on the actual piano for the first time in a while, it felt like my hands were breaking. Damn. Damn. Wow. That's new. See, when I heard Haku, I thought Naruto. I know. So this character is a guy, but I want to give him like a bob cut, kind of similar to like Rook Hunt or Haku from Spirited Away. And I've been saying Haru for him by accident this entire time. I hardcore blanked on the name. So, I was almost right. I was a letter off. That's fine. It's not fine. It's really not. I'm trying to get like a... There it is. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get like a... I was trying to get like a piece here. I'm gonna take the ears away eventually. I just need like a... Yeah, I'm giving them like a... I don't know what it is! I've been putting bob cuts on like Sky characters way more often lately than I should have. Than I should be. I've been obsessing, I think, over characters with over like guy characters with bob cuts lately. Don't ask why, I don't know either. Now the question is, when I get to the top here, do I make it round? Or do I add like a little bit of a bump to it? Maybe I'll add a little bit of a bump to it so it's not completely... I was trying to find like the right bob cut hairstyle. I guess that works. Maybe I'll make it flatter, straighter. Anyways, let me see what chat's saying real quick. I was gonna ask if you saw the Naruto Converse collab they're doing next month. I feel like I have seen that, actually. I feel like I might have actually seen that. I remember, what was it? Like, Didn't another shoe company do a Bratz collab very recently? I know that has nothing to do with Naruto, because I know that's like doll line, not anime line, but I remember seeing something like that and people not being impressed with the Bratz shoe line, because it's basically like just accessories on already existing shoes. I need them. That's fair. I'm gonna draw Daffy from the Gremlins 2 movie, because when I was a kid, he attacked me in my nightmares. Oh no! Oh no! That's your, sleep paralysis demon. Beware Daffy. Oh my god, who was it in here? Who was it in this chat that mentioned something regarding their nightmares that made them scared to eat mushrooms for a hot minute? Who was that? And they said that the reason why was because they had a nightmare that the mushrooms... What was it? That the mushrooms were growing in their lungs or something? Who said that in chat? I remember. Because I was like, what would make you so scared to eat mushrooms? And then they told me that, and I'm like, you know what? That's a valid fear. I think it's understandable. That would not be on my radar. That's fair, that's fair. Was that you, Brian? Oh no. Yeah, I remember having a fear of eating sherbet for the longest time when I was growing up because I had gotten sick and I thought that the sherbet from all the way back at lunch was the thing that made me sick for some ungodly reason. I couldn't tell you why, but I don't know how I want to split up the bob cut. I don't know how I feel about this bob haircut. I might try to find another. Maybe instead of following more Haku, maybe I'll follow, like, Rook. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I might follow Rook's. Wait, just listen to this. Like, twice already. Let me get something new here. Yeah, let me get Rook's hairstyle instead. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna turn this up while I fix the hair, actually. I love this song. It's been living in my brain for a while.
Come on, I feel like there's something about this song. It's like we know how it go all along. So drop down your worries and raise your cups. There's nowhere to go on. Great sounds with a rhythm from New York. A shopping mall you'll never be alone. I'm Brooklyn, we're miles away. On our hearts, I'm gonna make it really someday. Not my up. Come in the clouds of my up. We're never coming down. Jump. We're coming down on my up. Things are gonna down.
I forgot I need the ear. God damn it. I need the ear. I need to rewind. Hold on. I'll fix this. Don't worry.
If you know me, or fish on the sea, come to me, you make rain or green. I'm thinking of some here and now. Just take a deep breath and then hear you shout. Let's go get the second in the air. Break through and can bring us anywhere. It's your move, so take the lead. From the crowd to the stage, one fight can be free. Go on up. Come to the clouds of my up. We're never coming down. Jump. We're coming down on my up. Into the light to come.
This is much better.
A thousand little voices sing. It's obvious from now on. When the plaything's always by our side to help us make this song through the
Anyway, sorry, I just really like that song. I wanted to listen to it all the way. I love it. Oh. Where'd my music go? Music! I'll take that. The mushroom part, no. I'm saying up for the Daffy is the paralysis demon. My bad. No joke, the most terrifying dream I had recently was getting a restaurant bill for $219 and I forgot my wallet. God, that is a nightmare. What do you mean? That's a nightmare in of itself. Gosh, goodness gracious. Did I give this guy a cardigan? I can't remember if I gave him a cardigan. I think I gave him a cardigan. I think I gave him a cardigan. Got a nice fluffy cardigan. Nice and soft. Dude is here living in the lap of comfort right now. Rounded with a cardigan. See, now I'm in the zone. Give me a second if chat's saying anything. Yeah, I know. Looks like a HOA mom. God, is that what I look like? Is that what I look like when I wear these clothes? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh God. I'm a mess. Okay, so for the bangs and for the eyes, I want to do that running gag where like the eyes are partially hidden from the bangs being in these bob cuts being too long. Not the HOA fit. I'm Nancy. I'm Nancy Drew. Oh, thank you for the color change, by the way. Let me get the stuff ready. Oh, speaking of color changes, boom! Cheapy Lescas. The rocks on your patio are gray and not natural. You're gonna have to replace it. No. No, man. But yeah, I'm turning into Nancy Drew, I guess. Because Nancy Drew's style is definitely mom jeans in the games. Oh my God, I'm an HOA mom. That's a lot of colors. Yeah, these are all the colors you can, like, pick for me. These are what I feel like I'm gonna low-key make this the reference page. Like so if you guys want to draw Leska in any of the different colors, here are your references. Here's your reference sheet. Chibies! But I really like how these all turned out. I had a lot of fun coloring all these. It's been a while since I've done, like, strictly coloring. Obviously, I did the line art and everything, too. But the color was the main focal point. When we dream we are free. Hi, Silly Dan. Hello. Eternally soaring high, we fly away. That is a big smile. I want it to be a little more subdued. I don't know if I want to give him like a grin or a softer smile. I might give him a softer smile, but actually, hold on. I lied. I'm not doing that with the eyes. Give me a second. I'm gonna do the eyes like this. He's a happy guy. He just doesn't look it. I still don't know names for any of these like characters I'm coming up with. Definitely thinner eyebrows compared to our girl protagonist here. And yes, I'm gonna draw the eyebrows even though they're gonna be hidden by the hair anyway, so that way we can get like a better feel. Yeah, that works. For now. For sketchy stuff. Yeah, this works. So while she has like a cooler color palette, I think of outside the hair, he's gonna have like a warmer color palette, I think. I'm gonna like fix the head shape just ever so slightly. Make it a little thinner, I wanna say. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a guy, but definitely more effeminate features compared to like some of the other guy characters I have planned to draw still. But he's like the first friend that this main protagonist character makes, basically. If I'm taking inspiration of drawing this from my actual wardrobe, though, I mean, the sweater that I put him in is technically warm, like warmer colors. It's got like reds and yellows and oranges in it. But yeah, other than the hair, because I'm thinking of making his hair color black. That's the wrong one. That might be a bit too dark. Actually, you know what? I did want to draw something in the actual like, layer here. Whoops. Alright, let's get this now. That's the wrong layer. Even when I'm just sketching for funsies, it's literally like, I still draw on the wrong layer. It's fun to get these ideas on paper, finally. I love Nancy Drew soundtracks so much. That would be cool. Yeah! Hi again, Lappy. Yeah! Sorry I'm not looking at chat or anything. Skin tones. I still wanted to give him, like, something a little more neutral. I think I still wanted to give him a more neutral kind of tone here. But still just ever so slightly a darker shade in our main girl here. So yeah, so this character, in terms of like, when I'm coming up with story bumps, story ideas, he's like like one of the advisors for the college, who helps, you know, students come up with their game plan for the semesters and stuff like that, helping them out where he can. And it's the first friend that our main girl over here meets and becomes friends with for the first time. And he's an interesting bugger. I like him. Now, for the sweater, since I'm taking direct inspiration from my own sweater on this, he's definitely wearing warmer colors in the first place. So, actually, I'm gonna pluck a color off of here, believe it or not. Because the sweater is not necessarily white. It's got like an off-white creamish color. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna flip-flop those. I'm gonna have this be the white. Or the cream. I feel like YouTube's repeating the songs again, because we just listened to this. What's it gonna be? Did we listen to this? Can't remember. Can't remember. Also, someone requested Sealy Dan? Hello! Sealy Dan was already requested a while ago, and I just now realized it. I'm so sorry. Let's see. And in terms of color, the sweater's more of a darker red and some oranges. That might be too dark of a red. Let me think. What color is my own sweater? I think it's more red. Hold on. Yeah, that matches more. That matches better. And then I remember it had like a brown, like a warm brown collar. And actually what I'm gonna do here is on that layer, And then last but not least, there's like a brighter orange. For the paint. On the actual paint there. Definitely fall colors. For sure. And then I think I'd pair this with a white or black cardigan, depending on the day. I think I might go.
What an lovely day.
Hello?
But alas, I
me a
am
sec.
dehydration, so I must consume drink.
I will consume drink in just a second. Oh my god, I did make him look like an HOA mom. Jesus. This is seriously how I dress, man. Oh my god, for work. Oh my god, I'm an HOA mom. Oh no. Thank you for the hydrate, Nami. I appreciate it. Why did I turn red? So chat has the ability for, if you look in the channel points, if you look at one of the channel points, it's the most expensive one. Chat has the ability to recommend color palettes to me, and then I will go into my model and change the color of them. And once I finish the textures and stuff like that, chat then has the ability to then change the color of my model during streams with the other channel points. So if you look at the ones that say colors, some kind of color Alaska, then that's the option to change me into those. So then there's like the OG Alaskas, which are like the original colors. And then this one I believe is the 1.0 red and orange Alaska. And then basically chat has the ability to pick any of these colors with any of these outfits. So that's what that is. I didn't know you work in the HOA. Oh, oh sure, of course. Like, oh my god. Wow, we are picking different colors all throughout the day. Matt, don't calm down. No. Put her out! Put her out! Oh my god! Too much! Too much! Now I'm ice cold. Oh my gosh. Now I'm icy chill. Nice and chill. Wow, nice job. Thanks. Your wish is my command. God damn it. Think you might have put too much on here. Alright, so the characters are plain. Like the OCs, I will admit, do seem a little plain compared to like Ingrid that we drew earlier, for example, but I think that's the whole point of it, is like, if I were to make a story with these, I think of like, maybe Dark Academia might be a better idea in terms of maybe not Dark Academia. Just think of like, how do I describe it? Some kind of homey feeling, I guess. That warm, almost sepia-like tone that you get on a sunset or something. That's kind of the vibe I'm trying to get with these characters a little bit in terms of color palette and aesthetic. So it's like just a normal college and a murder happens and the professors are like, we gotta do something. So it's not the students, it's the professors and like the staff at this college are the main cast this go around. Oh dear, that's the color layer. My bad. I still need to come up with names for everybody though. I still don't have a name. I still don't have names for like any of these characters. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of these two and I'm gonna save real quick. And then I'm gonna draw maybe like 2 more characters and then I might hit the road because I'm just tired. I think the last 2 weeks finally caught up with me in terms of like not having a moment to myself for like the past 2 weeks. And I'm burnt out. I'm tired. I'm just tired, man. Okay, so that's my pen. And then my eraser. Let's get that. Okay. So then my next character is a guy in his 40s. What is going on with my face? Why do I look so sad? I don't mean to look so sad. Why do I look so sad? Oh no. Well, I mean, to be fair, the next character that I am going to talk about does have a bit of a sad backstory, so, can I ask something? Do you know or have an idea for making a romance between a human and a demon? Okay. Let me think about that. I'll try and think about it when I'm, like, drawing this. Is there... And I'll be sure to treat myself. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate it. I'm a little burnt out, but I've been having fun the past 2 weeks, obviously, because last week was my birthday week, but yeah, just a little tired. But we're in good spirits. I feel like I just need more sleep. Navi, please. Possession, but the human shrugs it off and the demon is dumbfounded. If we're thinking of a romance, I can't think of like a demon romance thing when we have this music playing in the background. I like this song. Anyways, so if we're trying to come up with an idea, that's a fun idea, Navi. I like it. I guess maybe depending on the context of like the demon or the human, or if you're looking in a particular like time period, maybe, because like, could you imagine maybe in what Victorian era, like a historian? Oh, wait. You could have an accidental Evil Dead kind of thing going on, where maybe in like Victorian era, maybe I'm thinking dark academia aesthetic here, old Victorian era aesthetic, but it could be literally anywhere. But maybe like an old, maybe like a historian, or whoa. It could be either a historian, maybe a museum curator. Ooh, maybe it could be modern day. If you want modern day, you could always have like a museum curator who is like, if you want to go more towards a comedy route, you could definitely have a museum curator who accidentally summons a demon while trying to clean the artifacts. Or like trying to place the artifacts into their cases or something, accidentally summons maybe a spirit or a demon that might have been trapped in one of the artifacts in the first place. Kind of gives me vampire doll vibes, where an exorcist traps a vampire in a wax doll idea. Because you're writing a novel, ooh, in the medieval era. If we're thinking more medieval time period, maybe you could have a situation. Oh, that's not medieval era though. I was almost thinking of like the witch trials, but that's not necessarily medieval era. You could have like a witch trial, maybe. That's not medieval time though. But my first thought was like witch trials, or like maybe like the human is accused. Oh, but that's like Castlevania though. Hold on. Because I was about to say, maybe you could have, like, the human be accused of something. Maybe the demon ends up saving her, or saving them. I don't know the genders. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume. And then you could have, like, the demon possibly save them, because the demon is like, wait, but I want their soul. The humans can't have it. And so it could be, like, a comedy of maybe, like, the demon trying to save the human from, like, the revolting village folk or something. Maybe the human did something completely out of the ordinary, and the people are like, what are you doing? We gotta kill you for this now. And the demon's like, but wait, I want that soul. Hey, can you, like, go back in? My boss is gonna come back. Made it very clear not to break anything. Back in my prison? Yeah. Navi, please. The human is a farmer and the demon is a primordial. Oh, demon queen. Hell yeah, we love a demon queen. So the human is a farmer guy and the demon is a primordial demon queen. So, let me think about that. I need to actually start drawing my own characters here too. But, if we're coming up with ideas, it could be maybe the human farmer just recently moved into the area and is trying to, maybe he just moved thinking, maybe the farmer moved to this area and was tricked into thinking that the land he bought would be good farming land, only to realize that it was actually like too dry. He can't really farm anything on that land. And then maybe in desperation, as he's maybe trying to dig up some of the land to see if there might be some fertile soil underneath, he ends up coming across some kind of artifact that ends up summoning the demon queen, possibly, or like some kind of or like you said, that like summoned it, or maybe he did something that angered the demon queen or something to be like, hey, don't mess with the land, it's mine, or something. Maybe they come up with a mutual deal where the queen is like, hey, if you let me have your soul and on my own time, like, you know, when the time is ready for your passing, I'll take your soul instead. You can have all the fertile land that you want. And then because of the suddenness of how fertile the land gets, and he becomes a really successful farmer, the other village folks start wondering, wait, this land wasn't able to be this land wasn't farmable. Why do we suddenly have fertile land in this area that shouldn't be that? Is this guy, maybe they think the guy is the demon or something instead, and so now they're trying to figure out how to keep themselves safe from the village folk outside of, it's an idea. I'm shooting the shit here. What did I miss? Somebody asked in chat if I could come up with like a potential idea of a romance between a demon and a human. And I'm like spitballing here. I'm word vomiting a little bit. So that was my initial thing, but hey, it could be literally anything. So go ham. You don't have to take that idea, but that's the first thing that popped up in my head. And it's like medieval era farmland and farmer. So we have like a guy farmer and a demon queen. So yeah, maybe the farmer buys land, is tricked into thinking that the land is fertile, realizes it's not, and then turns out when he's desperately trying to dig up potential fertile land underneath the dead of it, he ends up angering or catching the attention of the demon queen, and they make a deal where it's like she is like, hey, I get your soul after you pass, and you can have all the fertile land you want in the present, and he makes that deal. And then the village folk who tricked him into thinking that was fertile land in the first place are now shocked that he's actually getting fertile land out of it, and so maybe they think he's the demon, and so then the duo have to come up with a way to keep him safe because everyone's out to get him then. That's an idea. That's one idea. I hope that kind of answers your question. Not answers your question per se, but I hope that, like, helps spark an idea on your end. I hope that's an idea. If anyone else has an idea, you're more than welcome to say too. But yeah, mine is more, my plan for these characters is way more homey. It's just a murder mystery, but in the perspective of the professors rather than students. That was the plan anyway. I was thinking museum curator before I was given the medieval era setting. And my voice is cracking. Jesus. It's a thought. It's a thought. But I was thinking of a museum curator who, if we're going down a more comedic route, a museum curator could have accidentally summoned a demon that might have been trapped in one of the artifacts that they were trying to put on display, basically. I think that would lead to funny stuff. I did come up with a museum curator character for a spirit hunter idea. Yeah. I came up with a spirit hunter NPC character that the main characters would meet up, and the setting would be in a museum. And yeah, I miss her. I need to bring her back. Maybe I can bring the design back, perhaps. It's crowded on the weekdays from April to May. Was a part of troubled heart from any train and sing about it in LA. And closing the rear view, you start humming along to the first verse of your favorite song that you wrote each day with the words all wrong. So call me when the world looks bleak. I love you, but it's hard to believe that every day you'll start to see the rest is metanoity. I'm trying to find, I'm trying to find something real quick. This aggressive charm is you live in the Midwest from June to July. All beneath the pinkish sky from the wildfires, which means a horizon line. From the outset, it's a horror to tell while we feel this down and all goes well. So call me when the world looks bleak. I love you, but it's hard to believe that every day we'll start to see. Oh, hi Grub! Hello! How are you doing? I enjoyed a time skip IRL. Hi Grub, how are you doing? I hope we're doing well. I just accidentally summoned a demon at the museum I got hired at. That sounds like the title to a light novel. Mary, I love it. Just in case you need a too long manhwa title for that scenario. I was thinking of a light novel. But Grub, how are you doing? I hope you're well. An Alaska art style of Spirit Hunter Deathmark would look great. Well, actually, back in 2019, I did end up drawing the main cast from the first game. But I drew them all on paper. I know I posted them. Did I post them on my Tumblr? Oh my god, I think I might have posted them on my Tumblr. I'll have to find them. Oh my gosh.
What a lovely day.
I'll hydrate.
But alas, I
But-
need dehydration,
I'll sip,
so
hold on.
I must consume drink.
I will consume drink. But yeah, no, I think I have drawn the cast of the first game in Spirit Hunter, but not in color, not digitally. I think I drew it on paper, and then I used Cam Scanner, I think. Actually, now that I think about it. Barry, I have no idea. Why are you morning! Hi, Zep. Hello. How are you doing? Hi, Zep. How are things? I hope things are well. I'm tired. I need to relax. And YouTube, I think, is... Yep, YouTube is just repeating the same couple of songs. Hold on. Let me find a fun song real quick. Listen to this. Yeah, it's repeating the same couple of songs. Give me a second. The sound alert got me. Oh, the hydrate one? Oh yeah, I must consume drink. I have some fun channel point sound alerts. Doing good, just chilling now. How's you? Tired? I think the past couple of weeks have finally caught up to me a little bit. And so I feel a little burnt out. I haven't really had a day to myself for the past couple of weeks. So I'm ready to relax. So I'm drawing some OCs that I've come up with. Drink. I love the... I love the... You like the follow one? Oh, like the what conspiracies are we cooking on the menu today? For sure. I'm not looking at chat real quick. I want to get a suit. Hold on. So this character that I'm drawing right now is more of like a business... Ah, thank you for the shades. So this character is, and also, hello, Sealy Dan, is a character who is, like a business professor around his 40s. So I'm trying to remember, because if I put too many wrinkles on him, he's gonna look, I don't know, he's gonna look too old. I need a business casual suit. And this character is actually, surprisingly, I have more written for this guy. Give me a second. Oh, yes! Oh, I think I found it. The sweater vest suit combo! Yes! Okay. I think I found it. Plenty artists. Huh? Plenty artists. They're outdated? What are you talking about? That's a first impression for a first time chat. Hello, RJ Boss. I hope you're well. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm so sorry. I'm an oblivious person sometimes. You throw something throw something randomly at me and I panic. I'm trying to find a suitable outfit for this. I'm just drawing some OCs because I'm tired and I'm burnt out, and I'm trying to face my fear of sketching digitally because I'm bad at sketching digitally. I'm better at line art and stuff like that, but I suck at drawing, at like sketching. And so I'm trying to face that fear. And I'm drawing some like OCs that have been in my head for a hot minute for a potential story. And lyrics maybe, no way the Kendrick Lamar. But, yeah, I'm trying to come up with ideas. And they've been stuck in my head, the story has, but I still haven't come up with names or really done anything for the story or anything. But I do know the setting and what I want to do with them, per se. I just need to actually draw them. So it's fun to get them, like, out on paper a little bit. But this professor, like I said, business professor, definitely knows the business and, you know, I'm thinking mid-40s for this character. Early to mid-40s, perhaps. And, okay, maybe not early. Probably, actually, I'm thinking maybe late 40s, maybe going into the early 50s, actually, now I'm thinking about it. And the reason why is because the story that I want to give him is actually kind of sad, where he actually, I want to say his daughter passed away in a tragic accident. And the music got really loud and happy for some reason while I'm saying this. But basically his character is that his daughter passed away in a really bad accident, and he ends up having to take care of his granddaughter because she was fine and everything, but she has no family left except for, you know, him being the grandfather. So that's the idea for this character that I'm drawing right now. And so maybe I'll draw the daughter. I don't know how old the granddaughter's gonna be, but definitely on the younger side of things. Where is my business casual suit that I found? Okay. And so then we'll give him the do-do-do. Okay. Of course, like the happy tune had to come in when I was talking about that. But that's the idea for this character. So he's definitely like more of a melancholy type character. And why did the funky music all start all of a sudden? Well, I'm trying to talk about tragic backstory. I'm gonna give him the sweater vest underneath. He's definitely gonna look dark academia in a way. And we need like that swivel pattern that sweater vests always tend to have. You know the one I'm talking about. I'm so tired, guys. Oh my god. I was hoping to get maybe one more character, but I don't know after this. I wish I could like stream longer, but I just want to take a nap. But I also want to draw these characters now that I'm thinking about them. That's uneven. What did I do? There we go. And then of course we need like the chest pocket here. Alright. There's nothing funkier than tragedy. Oh, you know it! What could be more funky than trauma? God, I shouldn't even joke about that. Oh dear. I think that might be a bit too loud. Hold on, let me turn that down a bit for you guys. There we go. The hell yeah! I love the breakdancing! Okay, now for hair. I wasn't entirely sure what to give him in regards to hair. But I want to give him facial hair. But the question is... Oh, but that's like older. I want to give him like facial hair. I think I'm gonna make his jaw just a little bit longer. Hold on. That's angled incorrectly, but oh well. Again, my cartoony style. Muscular equals like blocky chin. Bro wearing a knit sweater over a dress shirt and tie under a suit jacket? Yeah! Leave him alone! He can dress the way he wants. He's successful. Trauma dumping? Nah, we trauma dancing. Aw, you know it. Oh my god. We're a hot mess over here, aren't we? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get an idea for hair. Like a face and hair. I'm getting inspiration. Hold on. I love one of the options. I'm putting like man in like mid 40s or something like that, and then the second so you know how like Google Images sometimes at the top gives you ideas of like, oh, stock photo, portrait, maybe with long hair, maybe you're searching for face, maybe sunglasses. Nah, the second option is freaking handsome. I love it. Trauma makes you funnier. Can confirm. Trauma's always there, no matter what. Ugh. We all have our own trauma in some way. I'm trying to get some ideas here. Give me a second. I still can't find what exactly I'm looking for. Average. Man in 40s, average. I hate it here. Oh my god. I'm trying to find like what I want to do for the hair for this one. I don't ooh, wait, I think I might have found it. Oh, I might have found it. Hold on. I want to give him darker skin. So I'm trying not to get like white man in his 40s hair. If you know that hair I'm talking about, I want This man is 30% neck. Listen, I draw necks. I draw like big necks, like for taller characters, maybe lankier characters. I draw like longer necks, and then muscular, like more muscular characters. I tend to just draw like thick neck, big neck. Just give him. Why are you so rude? I'm just gonna end stream here. Not really. I know you're joking. You're right though. I do tend to draw the necks like really long in my but it's a cartoon style. I know. I know. I don't know if I want to give him like more of a pointed. Let's see. He's like 30% neck and 50% ears. Okay, thanks for streaming. Thank you for staying, Navi. Bigfoot's long-lost cousin, Big Neck. I mean, the first OC earlier was all neck. Yeah! Ingrid was nothing but neck! And eyeballs. And Uncanny Valley. Okay. Okay, I think I found the hairstyle that I want. Hold on, I'm gonna open the image in a new tab here. Oh my god, that's so tiny. Ah! It's a tiny picture. There we go. You know, now that I zoomed in on it, I know it's an actual photo, but when I zoomed in on it, all the pixels got like super fuzzy, and it almost looks AI generated. It almost looks AI generated. No. But it's not. I know. Like it's obviously a real photo, but. Or like one of those stockpile photos, you know the ones where it's like it's a real person but under license and stuff like that. But when I zoomed in, because there's not like a larger image of this, I guess, it almost looks AI because of just how fuzzy the pixels got. Oops. Thank you for the stream. Gonna call it a night. See you in the next one. Yeah, thank you for staying as long as you did, Lappy. Yeah, we're hoping to play more Promise Mascot Agency tomorrow, and then Chance of Senar, Friday. No weekend streams again, cause, I did end up buying a couch, and so, that's coming in on Saturday. I just don't know when. And then Sunday, I'm finally giving myself a free day. Ugh. Yeah, Monday I did stuff. Tuesday I had archery. Wednesday is today. Thursday I've got stuff. Friday I've got stream. Saturday I gotta get my couch. My couch is coming. Sunday, ugh. I'm tired, man. My social battery is kinda drained. But I'm not done yet, because next week I still also have archery and then other plans. My lessons prior to the Wednesday streams. I have... Oh shit, I can't stream Thursday next week. I got movie night on Thursday with friends and I'm hosting. Oh, God. Alaska doing adult things on weekends now. I know! Somehow I'm trying to battle, I'm trying to balance IRL stuff and streaming, and right now I'm crashing and burning at the moment, so that ain't fun, Chief. It ain't fun at all. I like all the stuff I'm doing, though, so that's good, at the very least. But yeah, again, Lappy, you have a wonderful one, and we'll see you in the next stream that you pop in on. Whether that be this week or next week. But you have a good one. I'm gonna give him bags under his eyes. Stay strong out there. Stay strong! Stay strong. Where did my image go? And he's got, like... I'm gonna give him a frown. Because my guy here is gonna be just as tired as me. He's not stern, per se, he's just tired. I want bushier eyebrows. Big bushy eyebrows. I want to give him facial hair too, but I suck at drawing facial hair. It's a challenge. I'll make it work. You know, if I don't do anything with these guys in a story that takes place in a college, I could definitely use these character designs for, like, Vampire the Masquerade or something. That'd be fun. The murder mystery takes place in Vampire the Masquerade lore in my story. Oh, that'd be funny. Like, some are humans, some are vampires. You can turn some into ghouls if you wanted to, if you felt so desired, if you felt the desire to. But he's there for his granddaughter, even though he looks tired as hell all the time. Alright, now let's get the bags under the eyes a little bit. then... I mean, he makes him look way older than, like, mid-40s if I do this. Maybe I'll make him in his 50s, who knows. And the hair... I was just checking to see if chat did anything. Okay, I'm just trying to get like the actual base of it real quick. I need to work on textured hair. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. My throat's dry. Alright, and then I think I'm gonna whiten the ends here. Start to see the gray. Now, let's see if we can get this beard mustache combo that I want. I am making him look older than I think what I want to portray, but that's my fault. I'm actually gonna draw his eyes real quick. They're like the blank ones are staring into my soul. I think I might actually make them. Ah. I think I might make him a little smaller. Oops, messed that up. Whoopsie.
Hey, bitch!
Hey, Folia, hello. I can't. Let me get a better thing for facial hair. Hold on. That was weird. Huh, that was weird. Hold on. My pop-up menu showed up all of a sudden. That was funky. Bro looks tired. That bro is me right now. I still don't know any of these guys' names. Finally finished my problem sheet. Good job, Shammy! Yay! I'm gonna go make some food. If you're gone by the time I return, enjoy the rest. I'm so sorry, I'm just now seeing this dude. Thank you so much for staying as long as you have. Enjoy some good food. Thanks for the stream. I'm gonna go to sleep because it's 3:20. God damn, yeah, get some sleep, Shammy. Get some good sleep. And we'll see you in the next stream that you pop in on next time. I am planning on playing more Promise Mascot Agency tomorrow, and then more Chance of Senar on Friday. So yeah, if you catch stream, then you catch stream. If not, then we'll see in whichever stream that you just pop in on next time. So have a good one. Sleep well, yeah. He's definitely more detailed than the other two characters I made. Okay, and then for skin tone, I wanted him to be more of a warmer, darker skin. So like with an orangish tint to it. I was thinking maybe this one. Oh, no, sorry, wrong layer. That was my chibi layer. Okay. Take care and eat well. Yeah, exactly. Get some good rest and we'll see you in the next stream that you pop in on, for sure. So many chibis. Yeah, so many chibis. These are all the different color combinations you guys can give Aleska. So, I'm just really happy with how they all turned out. So that was the line art. That was the line art for the stream that I did. On my actual birthday that we struggled with. Is that the color I want? That's the color I want. Yep. Am I on the wrong layer? I am on the wrong layer. Oops. Yeah, I know. Sometimes color reference sheets are so helpful for me because even with like pale skin, sometimes I accidentally make them look maybe a bit too, I don't know, dull, I guess. So I always, the help of artists who are able to provide like color, skin tone color palettes are like a godsend. You guys are the best. But yeah, this guy, more of a tragic backstory, unfortunately for him, because he did lose his daughter in an accident and is now raising his granddaughter who wasn't in the accident, who wasn't involved in the accident at the time, thankfully. But he's the moment that our main character meets him, he's kind of a shell of his former self, a little bit. So, a little more, like, he was stern to begin with, but now he just seems tired all the time. Well, not the old man jump scare. Yeah, he is on the older end. But compared to the other characters that I've come up with for, like, this story, he's definitely the one with the more tragic backstory, and maybe... And the daughter's pretty young still, so... Alright, so I'm gonna give him some black hair. And then I'm going to sprinkle in some... Is that too dark? No, that should be fine. Actually, you know what? I might make it just a teeny bit more gray. There it is. Better. Oops. So definitely clean, shaven gentleman. Gentleman. And I'm gonna sprinkle in some gray in here too, so the stress got him a little bit, and so now he's graying at 40-ish. Maybe mid-40s. Never mind, that might be graying at the right time. I don't know. I don't know how guys lose their hair. My dad lost, like, some of his hair pretty quickly compared to, like, some other of my guy family members. My cat's yelling in the mirror again. No! Thank you so much, guys. We'll hop in again sometime. Yeah! Thanks again, Shammy. I appreciate it. So many cheaties. Yeah! Cat. I love the idea of the cat yelling in the mirror. Fantastic. And then I want to sprinkle some over here. Honestly, for someone who doesn't draw facial hair all that much, I feel like I'm doing an okay job. Hopefully. Yeah, these... I tend to try and challenge myself with the characters I come up with, so that's why I'm like, maybe an older individual, maybe someone who has gray in their hair, maybe someone who... I don't know. I need to make sure that I can make, like, bald characters just as well, too. I feel like I don't give them enough credit. And then just speckles of gray. And again, this is just like a little sketch, so nothing too major. Now for his outfit. This is gonna be interesting. It'll be ever so interesting. What color should I make his sweater vest? I would say greenish, but we already have like our main gal in green with her dad's bomber jacket. So, and also I need to come up with an eye color. Okay, so I think we're gonna make the outer layer. I want to make it brown. That doesn't contrast too much with the skin tone, does it? No. Let me see something. Maybe make it a little more gray. You know that brownish gray? Yes! And it's that thick wool material. It's like ready for winter. already 3 hours in? Damn. If I can come up with another character quickly, I can probably get one more character in. Maybe. Because these are like the main 3 that I was thinking of. Maybe I can make his daughter or granddaughter or something. What tie color do I want to give him? What tie color should we give him? I'm thinking maybe sage green. Maybe. Every good aligned character has green on them somewhere. You know, what does that say about our, ooh, dear. What does that say about our advisor there? Maybe we should give him, like, a black tie. Like, something really dark. Really, really dark. Maybe a dark red? No. Blue? Maybe brown. No, we already have brown. Maybe a red? Maybe black. I don't know. Let's aim towards, like, black with just a slightly red tone to it. That is stark. We'll take it. I feel like he would be the type of guy who would normally wear some pretty fun colored ties, but ever since the accident, he's kind of chilled out with the tie, I think, somewhere. We already have blue. We already have red and orange. And technically green. I mean, maybe if we make it like a paler green compared to the bomber jacket, maybe we could do that contrast. Like a small yellow-ish, maybe a bluish tint to it, because we have a yellowish tint for our girly here, and the green. Maybe we can lean more towards some blue. That's gonna look a little funky. Maybe I need to make it just... That could work. Yeah. Now, eye color. So, for the eye color, we gave him more like a hazel. Gave her blue. I like green. Like a dark green. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna resize this. Hold on. That's not cropping. Wah! What happened? That was weird. So these are like the main 3 characters that I came up with during like the brainstorming process. I don't have names for them yet, but these 2 are like the duo, like the actual main characters. He's more of like a side character that probably helps out during... I did make him look more a little college age, didn't I? They're all kind of like the same. Well, these 2 are more in like their 30s, working as like new professors or like employment status in there, where he's like, our guy here is more of like a veteran professor there. Wait a minute, he looks familiar. Maybe? Possibly? I did kind of bring some stereotypes into this. Not stereotypes, but like... I was trying to look up hairstyles, and I wanted to make sure that... I wanted to make him have hair, but I know when I was trying to look for, like... I was getting a lot of bald references, and I wanted him to have hair. It was just grayed. Let's see. Do I want to add one more character to this? I don't know. Because these are like the main 3 I really thought about. I did make them look like they're in college. Actual college age. Do you guys want to see one more character if I can come up with one? Or think about the one that I was thinking of? For this story idea. Why does my thing keep popping up on the bottom screen there? That's the wrong layer. I do think I'm getting better at facial hair, though. I'll take that. Sure. Oh, I swear I had an idea. And I kind of lost it. Let me think. Let's see. Let me get rid of the references I no longer need. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't think straight at the moment. I might actually end it. I know I asked you guys, and you guys said yes, but I think I might just end it here, to be honest. I am a tad tired. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have streamed today, but I feel bad if I canceled stream yet again. But your girl's just tired, man. I hope that's alright with you guys if I actually just decide not to continue on. But I would like to continue this series of, like, drawing OCs for story ideas and stuff like that. I think that'd be fun. No worries, you need the rest. I appreciate it. Get that rest, friend. No, I appreciate it. Hey, at least you guys got to see... I did make this image smaller so I can actually post it on, you know, socials and stuff like that. So you guys will see it. And then, you know, just coming up with some more character ideas here. But it's kind of fun coming up with just characters just casually, I think, like this. I might have to do this more often. It was great joining you for the first time. It was great having you. Thank you again so much for the follow. I'm sorry you didn't see me in my best element today. I'm just, like I said, I've been active doing a lot of stuff like this whole week and last week, like the past 2 weeks, and I'm just burnt out. I haven't really had a day to myself for a couple weeks now, and I'm tired, man. But, no, I appreciate you staying, and we hope to see you in, like, another stream that you pop in on next time. So thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys understanding when I'm struggling like this. And of course the music decides to pause when I'm trying to give heartfelt stuff here. But yeah, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful, and I can't wait to stream with you guys later. When we stream more, I promise I'll try to have more energy for Promise Mascot Agency tomorrow. And then of course, because I had so much fun with that game yesterday, it's not going to be a 9-hour stream to celebrate my birthday like it was this past week. No. It's probably just going to be a typical 3, maybe 4-hour stream, depending on how much progress we make in that game. And of course, Chance of Senar is Friday. That's gonna be fun. I had so much fun with that, with the first stream of it last time. I can't wait. Yeah, last week. I can't wait to play it again. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. You guys have a wonderful one, and then let me see if there's anybody that we can raid. Let's see if there's anybody that we can raid. Give me 1 second. Wait. Corey Ojo is playing Spirit Hunter NG. We know that series. Very much so. We love the Spirit Hunter series. And also, Corey Ojo is the one, if you guys know VTuber stuff right now, she's the one that's, like, hosting that 80-plus streamer concert that's going to be happening here soonish. So we can support her. I think that'd be fun. Let's go raid Corey. So, and we know Spirit Hunter like the back of our hands here, so nobody spoil. Yeah, thank you so much for staying, Zep. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I haven't really caught much of your streams lately. I promise I will continue. I'll try to support where I can too, but I appreciate all the support that you guys have shown me and everything, and I will do my best to return that tenfold where I can. So, but yeah, Corey Ojo is the one who is doing that Vegas concert on the 27th, and so we can support her with that. And then we also love Spirit Hunter NG. We love the Spirit Hunter series here, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. So no spoilers, like I said, but we'll have fun with it. So you guys have a wonderful one. Yeah, thank you for staying, Barry. I appreciate it. You get some good rest as well. I'm probably gonna get a munchie, and then I'm probably gonna head to bed, so I might lurk in Corey's stream. But you guys are free to chit-chat in over there and just have a fun time. So thanks again for all the support and the new follows and everything. You all just have a lovely one, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow or Friday. So have a wonderful one. Bye!